farmer finds 3 babies in a field, but as he gets closer, he notices a shocking detail. In the early morning light of a rural farm, Harry, a hard-working farmer, began his daily routine. He cherished the tranquility of the countryside and the connection he had with his animals. As he tended to the barn, however, something felt amiss. His beloved sheep, Lizzie, was missing. Panic set in when he discovered the barn door ajar and rushed outside to search for her. After a frantic search, Harry spotted something white lying in a field. To his shock, it was Lizzie, barely breathing but alive. As he approached her, he noticed she was protecting something beneath her body. When he carefully lifted Lizzie, his heart raced at the sight of 3 newborn babies nestled in the grass. Overwhelmed with disbelief and concern, he wrapped them in his coat and hurried home to call for his wife, Stella. Stella awoke to Harry's urgent cries and was met with an astonishing sight: 3 infants on their sofa and her husband in distress. Confusion filled the room as questions poured from Stella's lips. While Harry explained what had happened, Stella quickly prepared warm water for a bath for the babies. Despite their lack of experience as parents, instinct kicked in as they worked together to warm the children and wrap them in blankets. Meanwhile, Harry's thoughts turned to Lizzie. He returned to the barn with hot water to ensure she was comfortable after her ordeal. Once they were certain that both Lizzie and the babies were safe, Harry and Stella sat in their kitchen, grappling with the unexpected turn of events. The couple, both over 40 and longing for children of their own, felt a flicker of hope ignite within them. They had often dreamed of filling their home with laughter, but had faced challenges due to Harry's infertility. Determined to uncover the truth behind the infant's arrival, Harry set out in his truck to ask neighbors if they knew anything about a recent birth. However, no one had seen a pregnant woman or knew of any births nearby. Frustration mounted as he returned toward the field where he found the babies. As he approached that spot again, something caught his eye. A young woman lying on the ground, weak and barely conscious. It was Chloe, her body trembling from cold and exhaustion. Harry rushed to her side and asked if she was the mother of the triplets. Her eyes widened with relief as she confirmed that they were alive. Chloe's story unfolded slowly. She was homeless and had gone into labor during a bitterly cold night while searching for shelter. She had hoped to reach Harry's farmhouse, but collapsed before she could make it there. In her despair, she wrapped her babies in an old cloth but could not carry them further. Lizzie had heard Chloe's cries and came to help, but frightened her away before providing warmth to the infants. Harry listened with growing compassion as Chloe explained how she had been unable to protect her children from the elements. Just as she began to feel hope again for her baby's survival, she succumbed to hypothermia right there in the field. With tears in his eyes, Harry promised Chloe that he would care for her children as if they were his own. Her last words were a plea for him to raise them well, a request that struck deep into his heart. As she took her final breath, Harry felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility wash over him. Returning home with Chloe's lifeless body, he shared her tragic story with Stella. Together, they mourned not only for Chloe, but also for the lost potential of those little lives without their mother's guidance. In honor of Chloe's memory, they decided to give her a proper burial on their farm, a place that would now be filled with laughter from the triplets they would adopt legally. As time passed, their home transformed into a lively sanctuary where children played among animals and fields of crops. The couple embraced their new roles wholeheartedly and never shied away from telling their children about their biological mother's love and sacrifice.